Alright, this morning we got a Borg T-11. This is the first one I've ever seen. So we will see how similar it is to the other Borg Warners. .5/8 on the bell housing. And right here was a connector for the electrical kickdown. I tried to get this to come off. Did not want to come off. It just came out of the case. So I'm going to see if I can heat it up with a heat gun and see if it'll come off. But I think I may just leave it alone. Just change the O-ring and stick it back in. Okay, on the front we have 1/2 inch for the pump. Have some rust that we're going to have to clean up. On the back side here is a flat blade screw. See how easily this will come out of there. Here we go. And it looks like our gear has become one with the stator. Let's see if we can get bushings for this thing. We'll put bushings in it. We're going to look at our surface here. Everything looks okay. Bushings look fairly decent. So we're going to mark our gear even though we know which way it probably is supposed to go. They should have ID marks. This one's going to go with the lip down anyway. The outer gear does not have any ID marks, so it's a good thing we marked it so we know which way it came out. We can put it back the same way. Check our surface here. Everything looks okay, but we're going to have to clean all this up and get a feeler gauge on it, but I think everything's going to be okay. Back, we got a Carter key. We're going to take it out. we go. See how tight this is on there. Still pretty tight. A lot of times over time it'll loosen up. Alright. 1 5/16. Let's see how bad this rust is. And it looks like it might just be surface rust. So since we caught it now, I think we can salvage this. If it had gone a whole lot longer, it's going to pit it and it's not going to be usable. But I think we're going to be okay. And polish it up a little bit. Got a nut and washer. Here's our gear. Nine 9/16 on the tail housing. Remember where our bracket goes. See if we can get up in there. We may have to wrench this one out. Oh, wait till I turn it off a bit. We take these 2 9/16 out. They have star washers on the back of them. So these have to come out to get the center support out. There's going to be another one holding the servo down that's going to hold the, if it's like the others, it's going to hold that in also. 3/4 on our band nut. There's an access port here for our governor, and it should be a flat blade. Let's see if we can get this loose. May have to put something on it to help break it loose. Nope, there it goes. There we go. Alright, we're going to keep everything that's on the outside. Customers want to take this and have it sandblasted, so you may want to sandblast all of that. If he doesn't, I'll just clean it up myself. Alright, 1/2 inch on the pan. Probably need a chrome pretty narrow in there. Did find a book on it, so I will have that to reference. plus the customer had his own book, so between the two I should be good. Alright, looks like we've had some crickets living in there. Here's our kick down solenoid wire, and I don't think I'm going to have a wrench thin enough to get in there on the modulator. Let's see if I do. Does not look like it, so let's see if we can tap it out of there. Our pin. We're going to have to put a vacuum gauge on this and pump it up and see if it'll hold the vacuum and make sure it's working properly. I'm going to put this pin off to the side so it doesn't get lost. Alright, let's see, probably, let's see if we can just do the front ones and the rear ones and see what happens. Here's a 1/2 inch here and a 1/2 inch here. And 7/16. May need a chrome for that also. What did that get us? Alright, looks like we're loose, so we'll take the 9/16 off that holds the servo. Let's see if this will come out as an assembly. Alright, what do we got here? Alright, let me just take the adjustment loose. Count how many threads we're out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Go ahead and take this off. That's enough. Nope, doesn't look like it. Well, looks like it's left-handed threads. There you go. Guess I should have been paying attention to which way it was turning, huh? See if that's enough. Come on, baby. There we go. All right. Looks like this is going to be one of them days where I'm interrupted all the time. Alright, here's our servo. We got our two tubes on here. There's a snap ring here to get the servo apart. I believe these two tubes are both the same. Yes, they are. This is spring loaded, so watch your face when you take it apart. Alright, doesn't seem to want to come out. Here we go. This one's not so spring loaded as the other one. Alright. See if we can get this out of there. There's our spring, looks okay. Make sure our bore looks okay. Seems to be. Let's get our strut out of there. Sometimes these struts will come out, sometimes you have to tap them out. I'm going to tap it out because I don't want it getting lost when he takes it to get it sandblasted. Don't want to take that chance. Just finding one of these things may be fun. Otherwise I would have just left it in there. If it came out in the machine, I would know. 5/8 on the servo. This is the other one that holds that support. It is special, has a special tip on it. Here's our strut. Here's another strut down here. Alright, this one we're going to have to drive this roll pin out, so I'll do that later. On these older ones, usually there's needle bearings that's holding all this in. This one doesn't look like it's probably got needle bearings, but they may be in here, and it's going to be a mess when I take that apart. So you got to take that pin out, and then you can get your snap ring in here out, and then pull your retainer and your spring out. You see it's cone shaped. Probably this is going to be okay. I can see in there, and the bore looks to be okay unless it's messed up in the bottom. Alright, let's see if we can get that out of there. See if we can get a wobble on that. If not, we'll be wrenching it out. There we go. Alright. Housing, make sure our bearing feels okay. I'm gonna have to take, I'm gonna be taking that out of there because He's going to take it and sandblast it. I don't want sand getting all up inside that bearing. There's snap ring here. Pay attention to which way your housing was on there. We got the plate towards the rear. Here's a 1/4 inch ball that goes in this spot right there. Holds it, keeps it from turning. We'll take our governor apart in a little bit. Seems to be nice and free. Alright, and let's see if we've got a tube holding that in. It does not look like it. We're going to need to look right in here where the governor rings ride and make sure this is not grooved up. Alright, looks pretty good. Looks okay. There's rings that ride down in here. We need to make sure they're okay. Where the washer rides, looks okay. Bushing looks okay. Our teeth appear good. There's a thrust washer here. Alright, our planet should come out. Let's see if we got a sprag on this. Yes, we do. It's locking counterclockwise. No, locking clockwise, turning counterclockwise. Make sure where our band goes is not all grooved up. Take our sprag out of here and we're going to shake it. Make sure that the rollers don't fall out. I mean, the elements don't fall out. And here's our opening right here. And let's see which way it's facing. Usually these sprags have a little ridge on one side of them, and that tells you how to orient it. Alright, see that? That one's facing down, so we know that's the way it goes. Let's shake this around a little bit. Seems to be okay. And there's a thrust washer in here, or a race for our bearing, I'm sorry. Make sure that it's okay. And look at our bearing here. Looks okay. Make sure our pinions don't have a bunch of wobble, don't have a bunch of back and forth movement. Alright, looks pretty good. Looks like we got, nope, they are butt cut, so sealing rings will be easy to change. Sun gear looks okay. Thrust washer here. Pull out our reverse band, and it's burnt. Alright, our center support and drum assembly should come out. You need to be fairly straight about it. Bushing looks really good. Make sure our surface right here where the sprag rides is not grooved up. Alright, our drum assembly. Be careful, these needle bearings a lot of times will fall out. Let's see if they'll come out. Nope, This one's a caged bearing, so hopefully they will stay in there. And pull our snap ring out. And looks like these are factory clutches. Has never been rebuilt. Okay, yeah, take the snap ring off right here. It's under a lot of pressure, so it has to be done at press. I don't have a camera over there, so you won't be able to see that. This washer lines up with the flats on the drum right there. That washer sits on front. Get our front band out. Come on, baby, get out of there. I'm going to pinch it together and bring it through the opening there. That in a little bit. You can see what you got to do to get a fair amount of force to get it out. Thrust washer there. Take your nut off here to get your linkage out. Be careful. There's a spring-loaded ball right there. Sometimes it's a ball, sometimes it looks like a bullet. I'll probably be taking all that out because sand will be getting in there, and I don't want it to be getting in there. So normally I would take it out after I wash the case. I have a snap ring here that holds this together. Alright, we have some rust there we got to clean up. Fiber washer here. Alright, our forwards are burnt pretty bad. Bad enough it ruined the steels. Don't look like factory clutches on the forwards, so apparently somebody's been in here but did not change the directs. Alright, we're going to have to see if we can get these off of here and see how badly it screwed up the hub. If it didn't screw the hub up, we can reuse it. But it looks like we're going to be getting forward steels, both pressure plates. The bell valve plate is pretty messed up. It's got a lot of pressure on it. You see it's stuck up. So we're going to need a bell valve plate. See if our piston is any good. Supposed to be dished the other way. Either that, somebody put it in upside down. That could be. That could very well be. I think that's what happened. Somebody put it in upside down. It should be this way. Fingers down. It's still going to have to be replaced. This little ring right here. Make sure that when you put the plate in, that the opening of that ring is in between the fingers like that, because it will crack it. Yeah, because the piston's not up. I think the piston may be okay. Getting a good air check on it. Maybe too far forward. think those are cracks. I think those are casting marks. I had to get that cleaned up, get a good look at that. It may need a piston. Looks like the drum is okay. Alright, make sure our gear back here is okay. Looks okay. Alright, snap ring, retainer, spring, and our piston. And a little bit of wear, but I think we can clean that up and we'll be just fine. Okay, so I'm going to get the rest of the stuff off of here. Check my modulator. Let's see if we can get a bushing kit for this. The front band looks okay, but I know, judging from this guy, how meticulous he is on everything, he's probably going to want it replaced anyway. I think I would replace it anyway also, just how old it is. But judgment call there. You could probably reuse it, but we're going to get a front and rear band, maybe a modulator bushing kit, both pressure plates, the steels for forward, maybe a hub, bell plate, and get my servo apart, make sure everything's okay there. But pretty just regular straightforward build, it looks like. Alright, we'll catch you on the rebuild.